Peace family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about how giving starts / begins the receiving process. Giving starts the receiving process. A lot of beings and entities out here want to receive, you know, between having all this entitlement and then just being raised receiving. But when you look at the grand scheme of things, you'll understand that giving holds more weight and value. And when you do like to receive things, you have to start it by giving. Giving is like a starting marker or like a starting point, a stamping ground, you know what I'm saying? Today is my solar return day. It is early, you know what I'm saying? We are turning big 37. It has been 37 spins around this sun, around this moon, you know what I'm saying? It has been amazing. It has been a crazy journey, and I love it. I appreciate all of y'all, you know what I'm saying? This is my first solar return, being able to fully spin with y'all, because last year I wasn't in this space, you know what I'm saying? So I will start doing some live streams soon. But what brought me to this subject was, usually on my solar return days, since my daughter has been here, she'll be 7 in November. So usually for me on my solar return day, because of the way I was raised in a cult-like household, I don't really remember any of my solar returns I had with my mom. And I definitely didn't celebrate none with my sperm donor. So it's crazy, because all my solar returns, I'm pretty sure my mom had got me a cake in between there somewhere or made me something, but it didn't have the right energy connected to it for me to remember. So that always kind of rubbed me weird. But what I do now with mine is I make sure that I do something for my mini on my solar return. So yes, I am here, you know, and people always make it seem like, oh, this day is all about you, this day is all about you. It can be, and it's amazing, you know, to receive that love and energy. But at the same time, I'm a giver. I love giving it back. So for me, the way people enjoy receiving, that's the way I enjoy giving. Most people wouldn't even understand that concept. But the ones of us who are highly empathetic, who understands what it means to give, and who just always enjoys and loves giving, knows what the fuck I mean. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when I had her solar return last year, I didn't do the whole birthday cake, ice cream, all these things, you know. I wanted to connect some energy to it. So what I did last year for her solar return was I took her to Luray Caverns, which out here in Virginia is an underground cave. You know, they monetize the land, so you pay to go underground. And it's pretty fire, you know. But I had never been there, she never been there. But it was something for us to do together, you know, and to create a better memory. I've always been that way. And outside of me saying that, it was like something else I had saw recently within the past couple days that was like, they had mentioned giving start / begins the receiving process. And it just made so much sense to me and brought so much clarity when I heard the statement. Sometimes the smallest things can spark you or be the last little connecting dot to make everything make sense for you. And for me, that was small and huge at the same time, because then as soon as I heard it, my processor starts going back and recollecting all of the situations I've been in, like my birthdays / solar returns. I don't really like saying birthday. My solar return and all these other events where I was giving more on my graduations, you know, where I was giving more energy than I was receiving. For me, I never had a problem with it until I start dealing with people individually, mainly the opposite sex, and then males when I was trying to do business. That's where the bulk of the friction came at. My male associates, it was easy to remove and chop and cut and slice and dice all of that over there, you know what I'm saying? Because zombie niggas, one thing they gonna do is they gonna make sure they stay around other zombie niggas. So if you are not a zombie, you already are fucking being castrated, isolated, kind of a little pushed off to the side. So when you start raising your frequency, you know, and you start doing things in a better light, in a healthier manner, you're gonna realize that the more you give, the more or the bigger the reward will be in the spiritual realm. So if you get an extremely huge reward in the spiritual realm, you can only imagine how that's gonna project itself in the 3D realm. You can only imagine. So think about it like if the homeless people did more giving than receiving. If the homeless people, I don't even like to say homeless because technically they're living off the land. So the people who do not have homes in the Western world, imagine if they started giving. We know how they all stand out with the change buckets, jars, cans, drawers, jaws. Yeah, we know the process. They want to receive. I don't have a problem giving because in my life, when I go past them, certain energies be like, give, so I give. You know, certain energies be like, they're using, don't give. And I don't give. But for the bulk of it, I don't care what their situation is. If the universe calls for me to give, I give. I don't give a damn if it's the last dollar in my pocket. I'm like, the universe gonna look out and send it back to me. That's always been my perspective. So imagine if all of the people who don't have homes in the Western world started living by this ideology and start giving more in order to receive more. What if they start opening more portals? You have to think about it. When you only are standing on the corner, on the block, on the street, on the edge, on the ledge, you know what I'm saying? You only have one portal open. They don't have one portal open to access revenue, you know, to fix their financial situation and their living situation. Because right now, most of them are in survival mode, you know, so every decision is based off of survival instincts. So start giving more. Even if you don't want to give to the being that you're around or dealing with, you know, or trying to get the fuck away from, do it for the universe. It don't have to be in the way that they want it or like it. You know what I'm saying? But do not close yourself off from being able to receive because you don't want to give. In order to receive, you have to start the process by giving. Me, I'm one of them people, I want to tell my left hand what my right hand is doing. Some people like, don't tell your left what your right is doing. I'm like, they on the same body. Why would I not have them in sync with each other? Come on, man. I just want to be in sync as clear as possible. So for me, hey, left hand, look. This right hand, I'm about to slide him in the pocket. Now you're going to be the one that's out getting cold and he's going to warm up. And then when he warms up, we're going to rotate. All right, so that's the process. Now my right hand and left hand know what each other doing. They can work in unison and sync together. You know what I'm saying? So I just, the process, man, when you actually can dive in and reprocess some of the shit that we was taught and that we was told, some of the shit that we heard, some of the shit we learned and relearned, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can see how the quote-unquote narcissists have shortcomings, and when they do receive rewards, it's never something plentiful. It's never replenishing. So, and that's because they're always receiving. They do give. I'm not saying it like they don't give, because motherfuckers will give their last drop to get what the fuck it is they want. They'll give their last dime, even if it fucking puts them in a sabotage situation. So I'm not saying it like they won't give. I'm just saying the energy behind it. You always have to be mindful of the energy you're giving to something. That's even when I eat my food or go place. I'm like, I don't like that energy. Or, my energy isn't feeling that right now. You know what I'm saying? So I know my feelings aren't facts, on a percentage scale to compare to everything. But your feelings are a navigation to this world out here, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to tap in something slight today, you know what I'm saying? Let's just make sure that we are giving. It is my solar return. They do say, hey, it's your day, but my day I like to give. I got straight up right away and start making this content. It's almost 9 o'clock now. This is what I love to do. I love to give. For me, it was like, you gonna feel better if you get up and you give. You get up and you give. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna run it up too long. Tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.